No one is above the law. Stop union busting.
Hi, my name's Joe. I'm a longshoreman, a merchant seaman for many years, always been in the unions, maritime transportation. Just like to say, Elon Musk, starting this corporation here, wants to be seen as part of the solution to the climate crisis that we're in. But we cannot solve it by having these dictatorial kind of methods over, what is produced, how it's produced. Obviously, workers are treated very badly. We need to have some kind of planning if we're going to try to figure this out. And the way Elon Musk is going about it is not the solution. We need some kind of centralized planning. That's why you see signs up here for a workers' party. Whatever that means to you, we need some kind of alternative to the way things are going with the Democrats and Republicans.
I just want to reiterate, we need to help all workers who are injured on the job, and we need a decent and fair wage because California is very expensive. We have been left behind, and we need Governor Newsom. We need all these companies and corporations to raise the minimum wage so people can have a decent living wage so they can take care of their families and plan for the future. Now, I'm an IOWU longshore injured worker, and I still couldn't get my claim validated, and we got like 15,000 workers who injured on the job and can't get their claims validated. So we want to help everyone. We want us all workers to have a fair shot at a decent wage so they can take care of their family and have at least a home that they can call home. But with what we have in play now, everybody's being bought off, and the billionaires are contributing to these people's leadership campaigns, and the people are not being heard. So we need this to move forward and help the people, and we're tired of that. And all we want is the decent wage and help our workers. I want us to continue fighting out here, and we should be thousands out here on Labor Day fighting for our rights for working people and a decent wage.
Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you for raising your voice, because this, my brothers and sisters, is not how we treat our family.
That's right.
This is not how we treat our community. Because we are all one. And when I'm Nasim Nouri, I'm from the Green Party, we have a saying, there's no aisle in Washington, folks. The aisle is between us and the billionaires.
That's right.
Because no billionaire has to abide by the laws the way we do. They have thousands of voices. They have thousands of votes in their pockets, right? And that is not democracy. It's not how we're going to survive. It's not how we're going to thrive. We need to have our communities thrive. We need this little girl to have a future we can be proud of, right?
That's the future.
We don't want this kind of injustice, this exploitation, this oppression, this silencing of our communities happening 10 years from now, 20 years from now. So this is why we have to have action now. We have to come together.
Yes.
And my brother, you said the magic word, money. Money.
It's money.
Money cannot rule our rules, our laws, our politics, our policies. But that's where
That's why God is on his way down here.
Exactly. We need higher power, and we got to come together to make that higher power, to build that higher power too.
Yes, God bless.
Because it's in our hands.
God bless.
And there's a reason why the Green Party isn't well known. You all may not have heard about us because we don't take a dime
That's right.
from billionaires.
That's right.
We don't take corporate money. We don't take donations from super PAC or lobbyists.
Right.
So we can be out here speaking our community's voice and being in solidarity with you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and let's join together my hope. Exactly. Please. It's not about this brother or this brother. This is about all of us.
Come together.
You know, because what they're doing around the world, what they're doing in factories, what they're doing in wars, it's happening to us.
It's gonna happen to you.
That's right. That's right.
It's gonna happen to you, and then when it happens to you, you're gonna be saying, "Damn, I should have joined long time ago.
That's right.
I should have showed my solidarity long time ago."
That's right. That's right. That's what solidarity means. Class solidarity. We got to come together.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I'm hearing so many different things going on. You know, nobody's coming to the forefront. They don't care about you. And they don't have nothing to do with your skin color. It's all about money and politics. Money and politics. That's what it's all about. Money and politics, and who you know. It ain't what you know. It's who you know. It's blatant out disrespect. It's disrespect. I just got out of my car, so I'm tired right now, because I don't even like driving from this accident that I've been in. If you guys see that picture that this guy's holding up right here, there's two sides to it. I'm sitting inside that tractor.
When that container
when 3 containers came off the ship. One landed on all loads. One landed on top of me. One landed on the side of the crane in the ship, and one landed 150 yards in front of the ship in the water. And these fools don't want to pay me. I'll be 68 years old in November. They want me to fall off the map and die. The Watergate don't have nothing on this conspiracy that's going on with this longshore textbook that they got with the judges and the lawyers and all these other different entities. Our own union officials won't even come to our aid. They on the payroll. And can't not one of them say they don't know what the hell's going on, because that's a lie. It is a blatant lie. It's a lie. They getting paid not to come to our aid. Please, please, we need to show some solidarity, come together and show solidarity, come together. And we got to get this word, not just here in the Bay Area or wherever we are, wherever there's a crane at, and there's cranes all over this world. People are getting injured, and everybody's claim is getting controverted, because it's systematic what's going on. It's systematic what's going on. It's ridiculous. So please, 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 just like Tesla here has no union. The reason why they don't have no union, that means they can get rid of you whenever they feel like getting rid of you. If they look at you wrong and they don't like you, they can get rid of you. So these people need to start unionizing out here. It's imperative. It's imperative. I'm injured. I'm hurting. I'm suffering psychologically from post-traumatic stress disorder. I got a Stearns & Foster's mattress. I go to lay down and I don't know when I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. I want to retire, and I can't retire until my case settled, because don't nobody want to come to our aid. It's over 15,000 unvalidated claims by people that's been legitimately injured down on the waterfront, and these union officials will not step up to the plate and say, "Hold it, let's shut the ports down," or whatever. This is ridiculous. Same thing going on in here. Like I said, if they don't like you, they can get rid of you because you don't have a union. They can get rid of you. They
not get treated by a doctor.
And I'm gonna tell you, one of the main parties that's involved is Kaiser. The Kaiser Foundation. Kaiser Foundation is one of the main parties. The first thing they'll tell you, oh, put a Band-Aid on it and go back to work. It ain't that simplistic. You don't know how I feel. You can't tell me how I feel. Can't no doctor tell you once you get injured how you feel. So therefore, I'm getting this little bit of Social Security, and once Social Security deems you medically disabled, that should be the final straw. It should be a period on the end right there. But they don't want to pay me. They don't want to pay me for my claim. It's not only affecting me, it's affecting everybody in my family, everybody in my circle, everybody that knows me. It's affecting me. They can see the difference in me. They took my livelihood away from me. I used to love to go to work. But now they treat me like they don't. I'm a number, and I am. We all numbers out here. But listen to me. It's imperative that we come together.
I'm Steve Zeltzer. I'm with the United Front Committee for Labor Party. We're in front of the Fremont Tesla plant on Labor Day, and the reason we're here today is that Elon Musk and his pal Donald Trump were joking about being union busters, about laying off workers, firing workers who want a union. And in 2017, at this very plant, 700 workers were laid off who wanted to join a union, who wanted to join the UAW. That is union busting. And we have to stop the union busting in this country on Labor Day because it's going on all over the country. Thousands of workers are fired simply for wanting to join a union, which is supposed to be legal in this country. And we're also here today to say that Elon Musk is a racist. He openly attacks workers for being black, for being brown, and at this very plant, the workers here, the black workers, have said it's like working on a plantation, a slave ship. And the reason they say that is because the behavior that he tolerates and accepts against black workers. And as a result of that, there's a class action lawsuit of actually 10,000 black workers in this plant who are filed a complaint, which was a class action against this plant. It's the largest civil class action in the United States for discrimination. It's systemic discrimination, and Elon Musk has to be held accountable. Now, this issue of injured workers is another issue that we're bringing up here today because Elon Musk set up a separate company, separate health company, supposedly to help the workers. What this health company did was keep workers from going to a hospital so they wouldn't go on the record that they'd been injured, to lower his workers' comp costs. Now, what is that? That's workers' comp fraud. Preventing workers from going to a hospital who are injured is illegal. We believe that Governor Newsom and the Department of Industrial Relations should be prosecuting Elon Trump for workers' comp fraud, which is a felony. And we're saying the reason he's been able to get away with this is because he's friends with Gavin Newsom and they don't want to touch him. And during the COVID pandemic, when there was a shelter-in-place order right here in Alameda County, these small businesses here across the street shut down, but this plant kept opening, kept working, and Elon Musk challenged the state to arrest him. He said, "Arrest me. I don't have to go along with the shelter-in-place order." Now, what is that? Is he above the law? Is Elon Musk above the law? He was able to keep this plant opening, and Gavin Newsom refused to enforce the law. What does that say? It says to us that there's a double standard. One standard for the billionaires like Elon Musk, another standard for working people and small businesses. We're saying there has to be accountability, and what we're also saying is this problem of injured workers on Labor Day is a serious issue. And we have some workers here, longshore workers who have also been injured, who are fighting for their rights as injured workers, because the injured workers at Tesla, the injured workers on the docks at SSA, injured workers all over are facing a very dire situation when they try to have health and safety on the job, and the companies refuse to take care of them. So we'll have one of these workers speak. Go ahead. Okay, go. Okay. Introduce yourself.
Okay, hey, my name is Kenneth Neal. I'm an injured longshore worker. I have RSD complex regional pain syndrome in the left hand and wrist. I was injured on the job 4/18/2013, and we haven't been able to get our case validated. And it's over 15,000 workers injured on the job that can't get their cases validated. And we want Governor Newsom and the rest of these corporate individuals to help resolve these claims for all these injured workers. I was hurt when Elon Musk brought his, no, not Elon Musk, but when Larry Ellis brought his ships out for the sales race on the water. I was injured unloading those racing yachts, and I just want our workers to be helped, and we want these corporations to be held accountable for all the injured workers and the workers' comp claims.
This is an international struggle because Tesla workers in Sweden have been on strike for over a year. Wow. And they've been striking. What are they striking for? A union.
Yeah.
They're striking for a union. And this company, Elon Musk, who thinks he's above the law, says you don't have a right to have a union. What kind of, he's an international criminal because he's saying people don't have basic rights. Having a right to have a union is a basic human right.
I am in trouble.
Workers have a right to have a union, but he doesn't believe that. When he fired 700 workers here in 2017 who wanted to join the UAW, he should have been prosecuted criminally. He should go to jail for that. You know, if you or I did something illegal, they go after us. He was conspired around injured workers. He covered up the fact that injured workers were getting injured and not going to a hospital, which is required under the law. Under California law, if you get injured on the job, you have a serious injury, you have to go to a hospital. That's the law. Yeah. And he was telling workers, this company that he had, don't go to a hospital. Yeah. Don't report your injury. Yeah. That is workers' comp fraud. That's workers' comp fraud, and that's a felony. Gavin Newsom, the Democrats are not enforcing the law. They're not prosecuting Elon Musk. And also, his systemic racism at this plant, there are 10,000 workers who are sued Elon Musk for racism, for discrimination. And what we're saying is that this discrimination lawsuit shows that Elon Musk is a racist. He doesn't care about these black workers, and he pits the black workers against other workers. The black workers at this plant call it the plantation. Yeah. They call it the slave ship. Yeah. Why do they call this the slave ship? Why is Tesla called the slave ship? Because they treat the workers like slaves. Yeah. That's why they call it a slave ship. And what we're saying today on Labor Day, hell no. Stop union busting.
Stop union busting.
Oh, stop union busting. So 2024, we're saying the workers in this country are rising up. The workers are fed up with the system that says you can't have a future, you can't have a decent job, you can't have a right to speak out. You know, in Sweden, the wife of a worker in Sweden who's on strike, she said that her job hours, they didn't know when her husband was going to come. It was harmful to her and her family life. And what did Tesla do? They went to her and they said, that's illegal. You can't talk about what's happening at Tesla plant. You can't. You signed a law that says you can't speak out. Well, that's illegal. In Sweden, workers have a right to speak out about the conditions on the job. In this country, workers should have the right to speak out of the conditions on their job. Why do they want slavery? They don't want other workers to know what's going on. They want a slave ship, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has. And we have to say, working people in this country have the power. They have the collective power, but they have to have collectively. And our unions need to be out here. Our unions, we need 10,000 union workers, working people, families out in front of this plant. And when the workers go on strike, they should shut it down. They should shut it down with mass picketing line. That's how unions built in the 30s and 40s. They had mass picket lines. They shut these factories down. Workers took action, and they didn't deliver any parts to these plants. Workers have to take a stand. They have to back each other up. And when you have an injured worker who can't get health care, who can't get compensation, that is a crime.
That is a crime.
That's corruption. And we're saying Gavin Newsom knows what's going on because Gavin Newsom is pals with Elon Musk. Yep. He wants to protect him. When there was an order, shelter-in-place order by the Department of Public Health in Alameda, Elon Musk said, arrest me. I'm going to violate that order. Arrest me. And what happened? They let him get away with violating that order. If you or I or these small businesses across the street kept open, you know what they'd do? They'd go over and shut them down and arrest the owner.
Yes.
That's what they would do if a small owner said that. But since it's Elon Musk, hey, he's above the law.
Yeah. Yep.
No one's above the law. 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 And what we're saying also is we have to have union solidarity. This is not just about Tesla. This is not just about the ILWU. All workers. Today, there are 10,000 hotel workers in this country on strike. In Oakland and all over this country, in San Francisco. And what we're saying, these 10,000 hotel workers,
we are here for you today.
Yeah, these hotel workers, we're here for you, and we're saying you have a right to have a living wage. These companies make billions of dollars. These hotel companies make billions of dollars, and they can't survive. They don't have a living wage. What the hell's going on?
Yes.
What they're saying is you don't have a living wage. We're saying we have to change that.
No one is above the law.
No one's above the law. These hotel workers have to have two, 3 jobs. They can't live on their job. What we're saying is that's a crime.
That's a crime.
In this wealthy country, you have 180 billionaires in California, and you have people who can't live. They can't get housing. You can't get food for your children. This is wrong, and we've got to stop it. We've got to organize. We've got to build solidarity, and we have to build a labor party is what we do. We need a workers' party in this country that's going to represent us. The Democrats have been in power. The Republicans have been in power. When workers are injured in California and they don't get their health care, what do the Democrats say about it? Zilch. They don't say a damn thing. And then they say, we get in and we can change it. What do they do when they get in power? Nothing.
Nothing.
In California, there are less than 200 OSHA inspectors for 18 million workers.
Wow.
200 OSHA inspectors for 18 million workers. What does that tell you? What does Gavin Newsom think about working people who get injured when there are less than 200 OSHA inspectors for 18 million workers? He's saying it's okay. Companies can get away with that. And it also says to companies that you can get away with injuring workers. You can violate the law. Injured workers are dying on the job. They're getting serious injuries because of criminal negligence. That's why we need a labor party in this country. We need a workers' party that's going to represent working people. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Unionize. We have to organize this plant. Working people have to stand up and defend their rights. We need solidarity. We need human rights for all workers.